Hello, I'm Nick.
And I'm Ray, and we're the Milsurp duo.
Today for our first rifle review, we're going to be covering the Chilean 1895 Mauser. So the 1895 Chilean was produced from 1895 to 1915 in 3 different manufacturers. From 1895 to 1896, Lowe produced them in Berlin. From 1897 to 1909, DWM produced them. And from 1899 to 1915 as well, Zasava produced them. There were about 1.8 million of them produced, so which is quite a bit, but actually not as many as you would think for that long of a production run. They actually made them in 3 different styles. So you have the long rifle here. They also made a short rifle and a carbine as well.
Right. What were the lengths on those barrels?
So the long rifle was a 29-inch barrel, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe, and that's what this is.
Yep. And the short rifle was 21, with the carbine being about 18 inches. About 18 and a half almost, so.
Yep. You said this, what's unique about this production of this rifle?
So this was actually a Lowe produced. So first year.
Not low number.
No, the company Lowe in Berlin. So it actually is a low number as well. It's a prefix.
Wait, is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the town of Lowe.
Lowe, yeah, which is in Berlin. No, but Lowe manufacturers in Berlin.
Oh, Lowe, okay.
So
you know more about that.
It's an A prefix, so a very early gun. When I bought it, I was kind of hoping, because I had held off on this for a while, as you know that. I thought this would maybe be a Boer War rifle, and that's something we'll kind of cover later on. Looking at some later on things, it was not. But this actually saw use in quite a few conflicts. So
was this the rifle that you had seen over a year ago? Kind of passed on it, and
yeah, this was one I had gone over to the shop, was in there getting some other stuff, and I saw it. I'm like, I'm gonna hold off. I'm picking something else up at an auction house nearby, and I was always wanted a 7mm in the collection, but come back almost a year later, it's still sitting there, and got it for a pretty good price, I thought. So
okay, great. As Nick said, this is a 7mm. It's actually 7x57. It is a bolt action. It is a cock on close, because you see it's got the spring back on that. It feeds from a 5-round box internal magazine off of a stripper clip. If I can get it in there. There we go. So that's with that. Muzzle velocity is 2,200 feet per second. It's got about an effective firing range out to about 550 yards using the internal sights.
And of course, they were overestimated at 2,000.
Yeah,
meters,
they all did that
they all
back
did
then.
that
I think
then,
that's
absolutely.
going back to the days of volley fire. When we took this out to the range and shot it, the standard 0 is out for about 300 yards, which in today's standards, that's way too far out there. But that's what they did back then. They aimed for their belt buckle, hoping they hit somewhere center of mass. There again, we will include a lot of close-up photos, a little more detail in our next segment here. Excuse me. And we'll show you some of the stock markings and some of the cartouches on here, as well as the manufacturer marking. So stay with us.
Go ahead. What's your opinion on the overall look of the rifle?
You know, you can tell it's seen some service. It's not a museum piece. But I kind of like the dents and dings. You know, it shows character. It's been used in to defend somebody's life. Oh, and we mentioned 7mm. A lot of people, you don't hear much about 7mm in this country unless you are into military surplus rifles. Here's an 8mm round that the standard K98 most of your German rifles make, as well as the 7mm here. Compare the two side by side. They look very similar. The 8mm case is a little longer, and the bullet diameter is bigger, which is what, a 323?
Yeah, 8mm is going to be a 323. Yeah. 7's going to be about 284.
284. So there's not a whole lot of difference. I did find the 8mm. We've shot that in some of our other rifles, and we'll have videos coming up of other 8mm rifles. The 7mm, to me, a little flatter shooting, not as harsh a recoil. It's a lot more pleasant to shoot, more in line with some of the more modern cartridges that we see nowadays.
What would you say? I feel more around a 308.
Yeah, about 308.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe a little flatter shooting than what a 308 is, but very, very good cartridge. And they say we didn't fire a lot of this at the 7mm at our range video because we didn't have a lot. We've got maybe 100 rounds of this.
Yeah, about 100 rounds right now. What's some other cool information about the 7mm Mauser?
Don't understand.
Wasn't it that Peter Mauser actually developed this cartridge?
Yes. That's one of 3 cartridges that he developed, and they were. There again, I'm not an expert on that.
I believe yes, 11mm Mauser, the 11 or 43mm Mauser, the 7mm Mauser. I'm not familiar as much with the third one, but I know those 2 for sure.
Yeah, those 2 for sure. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back with some more. Chile created his first modern army in 1810, using a wide assortment of firearms, mainly from French and Belgian. In 1885, Chile consulted the Prussian army in an attempt to bring its army up to modern standards. Prussian officers were enlisted to perform this training. The training occurred in 3 phases. The first took place in 1886 under President Domingo Santana Maria Gonzalez. The second was post-Chilean Civil War, which was from January to September of 1891. The third was in the 1906 reorganization. The reorganization was focused on armaments, new enlistments, officer recruitment and instruction, as well as military doctrine. It was extended into military logistics and better medical training, promotions, retirement, standardized salary along with uniforms, marching style, helmets, parades, and military music. Many of these influences can still be seen today. All right, Nick, how'd it go at the range?
Range day was I think a very successful day. So it was 58 degrees outside, really sunny, nice day at the range. So
yeah, I had a good time. I thought it was a wonderful day to be at the range.
So so we decided to chronograph a couple loads over my Competition Electronics Pro Chrono DLX. Shot 5 rounds. Wish I would have shot 10 to get a little bit better results. We had about a minimum of 2,600 feet per second with a maximum of 2,651 with an extreme spread of 51 feet per second, a standard deviation about 20, and we had average about 2,625.
Yeah, which is a little hotter than what...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I thought we should have been closer to 2,200, which is what standard military load ammo was at.
Yeah, so that PPU is really no even
though I didn't feel felt recoil, but as you can see, it truly is a lot hotter than it should be. So
yeah, we didn't get a picture of the target we were using. A lot of the mud down range, but group size wasn't too.
Oh yeah, group. I think we were getting about maybe a 3.5 inch group at 100 yards, which for regular target ammo and first time shooting a gun wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we had to bring this aim lower because of the way the sight's set up for a longer sight in distance.
Yeah, what were you saying about maybe 6 inches?
Yeah,
6-8 inches.
6 to 8 inches low.
But yeah, stay tuned for the wrap up, which will be coming up right after this.
All right. From the range. You know, what'd you think, Nick? Did you have a good time?
Oh, absolutely. Great rifle. Okay. Loved shooting it. So.
I did too. Being older rifles, a lot of people tend to worry about the recoil or how much it's going to push back on your shoulder. We did a little bit of research. The 7x57 on a rifle that weighs anywhere from 8 to 9 pounds, you're going to have about 11.5 foot-pounds of pressure pushing back against you. That's slightly more than a 6x5x55 Swiss. That's going to have a
not Swiss.
Swede. I'm sorry, too many things in my head. That has about a recoil impulse of about 10.5 pounds. Now compare that to something a little more stiffer. Your standard 8mm Mauser, like your K98, and the equivalent size rifle is about an 18.5 foot pound.
That much more? Okay.
So quite a bit more. And if you would compare that to the American M1 Grand, which is online with 8mm, has about 17.5 foot-pounds of pushing against you. So this is considerably less harsh rifle to shoot for people, especially, and if you reload on your own, you could get a heck of a lot milder load, especially if you're shooting a cast load. So what are your take on the rifle, Nick?
Great rifle. I love the action, really smooth action, and you can tell in the video I was able to run that action pretty quickly.
You were.
Another thing I will say, as I would point out in the actual range video, I was really shocked on that ammo, how velocity-wise. Normally PPU is pretty well down there.
Yeah, and like we stated earlier in the video when Nick brings up the velocity table and what we shot, yeah, it was for modern ammo. It's definitely a lot hotter than the original ammo this gun was intended to shoot.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do some reloading for this. Try to get around closer to that 2,200 feet per second, maybe even a cast bullet eventually. So,
what did you think about the close, the cock on close?
I prefer cock on close.
Do you?
The reason why I like it is I know I'm getting that bolt closed all the way. I shoot quite a bit of infields, the Swedish Mauser, K31s, all those. They're all got that cock on close. Right. K31, not really, but I feel like I know I'm getting that bolt closed. Right. I know you have a different opinion kind of on that.
I'm standard American. I like your typical cock on open. But there again, it's a preference. They're probably the same speed. It's just what you get used to in the field, you get used to. Far as ammo, what did you find out on ammo? I know you did some research.
So looking like on Ammo Seek here today at time of filming, you can get anywhere from about 99 cents to about $2 for hunting loads, which actually is not bad for surplus or modern production ammo for a surplus gun.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, PPU is a good quality round. We always shoot a ton of PPU.
Yeah.
And then there's always surplus. I haven't done much research on surplus since we had just gotten this rifle not too long ago, but I see it's out there. Knowing that it's going to be damn prime, corrosive.
Yeah.
But a lot of times from videos I've seen, surplus is good quality stuff. You don't see much hang firing on them,
but you always take that chance.
Absolutely.
You know,
but yeah,
cases vary between shipment,
absolutely.
people to people.
As we were saying a few minutes ago, PPU was a little higher velocity, but there's a local shop that's got quite a bit of it, so I might try to go get some other manufacturing ammo and try out, see what other stuff's out there. So
the one thing we didn't mention before, as far as stripper clips for the rifle, you can use the Swede
stripper clips, and
of course there is this actual 7mm.
There is actual, strip, but yeah, if you happen to have some on hand already, the M96 Swedish Mauser stripper clips as well, if I'm not mistaken. 3 stripper clips.
3, yeah, which is the Swede.
They're all kind of intermix.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I just said it was a wonderful day at the range. Probably one of the nicest, I would say, spring days we've had
especially
here.
For April. Here in the Midwest, it can be super cold or it could be absolutely pouring down rain. We don't know how it could be.
And that kind of reflected at the turnout that was at the day of the range.
Yeah, it was packed. I have a video coming out hopefully soon, probably a short, if it already isn't out, of some cool stuff that was going on that day at the range. But yeah, any final thoughts or?
No. Appreciate you stopping by and watching us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Pass the word along to any friends, anybody that likes old weapons, gear, and we will have some food videos coming out before long.
Yeah, and if you want to see anything or you got any questions for us, put a comment down below or on the information page. Shoot us an email. I'm always on that email daily, and if I'm always in the comments. So yeah, leave us a question. If I don't know the answer, I can find it out for you pretty quickly. Yep. I got a wide variety of knowledge that I talk to on a daily basis. So yeah.
Just like, and remember, old weapons just like wine, they get better with age. Thanks. Come back. See you again.
Peace.